All right, so Dantaye, amazing news. We've just gotten word that you've signed with PSV Eindhoven, the PSV Eindhoven.
Sabi girl no dey too like talk. Animals they in human form. Body man nobody like walk, but you must hustle if you want job. You no finish they won't fight us. If them they run them no fit catch up. I know they form say I too righteous. No con they form say you too like us. Me no get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what they want telling me. Could deny my broccoli. They want to check if my tap ain't no wrong. But it they rush well, well, it be much. Now gotta make my tap in the rush. The kind money we touch.
We've just gotten word that you've signed with PSV Eindhoven, the PSV Eindhoven. So just, how you feeling?
To be honest, I'm beyond words about this moment in life. I mean, it's something I've been waiting for since I've started playing football, like since 5 years old.
Obviously, a lot of people will be very curious as to how this process came about, Dantaye. One of the things that we know is that in that world, it seems like things are done very secretly, you know, so there's not too much talk necessarily about what's going on. So what would be good is if you could share like, how this thing happened.
Okay, so my agent got in touch with PSV and well, they had a look at me for like 2 games, I believe, and then they offered me a trial in Eindhoven to stay in Eindhoven and try with the club for like 1 week, and then I left. So in the time of the break after there was like the holidays, so nothing was going on.
Right.
So I was like doing personal training with my the coach I have over there, as 1v1, and then I received a call back to go to PSV again for another extended 2 weeks, which turned into me being there for the entire month, where I played practice games against Sparta Rotterdam and like a few other big clubs. I can't remember the name, and I had a good showing in my time in the games, and they were quite impressed, and they offered to me.
But obviously it goes without saying that the level over there is insanely high, right? What would you say were your impressions of the players that you were around? What sort of qualities that they possess?
They're just extremely smart. Like, they know exactly what they're going to do like 2 minutes before I get the ball. And it's like, it makes it easier for me to play with them because they always know where to be.
Right.
And if you are in the right space, you're going to get the ball.
Right.
They don't necessarily play for themselves, they play as a team. So
right.
As a child, it's way harder.
Right.
But like if you watch them play a game, it's like everything just flows. They know exactly what pass they're going to make.
Right.
Before, and it's just 1 touch, 2 touch. I mean, the surfaces there are immaculate. So
can you imagine?
It's easy to play.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's easy, but you know, it's an advantage, I would say. So me coming from, I guess, Trinidad, the surfaces are not as...
Right. They're not great, that's the truth.
It's not that good.
So, a lot of young players in Trinidad would wonder, you know, could I play at PSV? Could I play somewhere in Europe? What would you say is like the biggest thing that jumped out at you as it relates to the characteristics, you know, of our local guys compared to the guys that you would have seen? Maybe technique, like you say, intelligence. But what do you think is the big difference?
Biggest thing I would say is honestly consistency.
Consistency.
So like these guys will come out every day and be sharp every day.
Yeah.
They're in Trinidad, we will be sharp 2 days of the week.
True.
3rd day we relax.
True.
Because I guess you're a big player or you know, you're better of the bunch. But the best players there, you can tell every day.
Yeah.
You can tell maybe if he's in the gym, you will know who's the best player.
Right.
He just operates different, just moves different.
So what sort of things? So you, let's say for instance, you looking back, right? And there's a good young player in Trinidad and Tobago. There are 1 or 2, I think. There are about 3 or 4 here right now who I think have real potential. So if you had to advise them, you were the person handling them, and you had to say, hey, these are the things that you need to do to get to that level to be able to make an impression at a club like PSV, what would you say to them guys?
I would say honestly, like let's say they're playing in a local club here.
Right.
Just training there is not going to be enough.
Right.
They might train, okay, they say they train 5 times a week.
Right.
But it's a team training.
Right.
Those guys over there, they do team training and personal training.
Wow.
They train 2 times a day, Monday, Tuesday. They probably rest Wednesday, they train Thursday, Friday, game Saturday, rest Sunday.
And what sort of things would you tell him to do in training, Dantaye? So like, normally we always hear about the levels and the professionalism out there, right? Levi would have talked about it a lot. But what sort of specific things? Like you were telling this little kid who is fire, hey, every day, these are the qualities and these are the things that you should be focusing on in order to someday potentially get to that level.
So I'll tell you, like, let's say there's a winger, right?
Right.
What he would do, like, let's say we finish the training, we train for an hour and a half.
Right.
After the training, he would go with like a forward specific coach. And he would like work on key details. So let's say he comes in and cuts in.
Right.
He's gonna cut in, shoot, far post. He's gonna probably do that 100 times.
Right. Right.
So, and like a midfielder like myself, we would do more. Maybe we might do passes today to the winger. So the winger, we would pass the ball out to the winger.
Right.
Or we would like make a blind side to receive the ball. So like they work in like specifics. So like where would you be, in what position you would be on the field is where they would try to like imitate.
So just perfecting your roles and functions.
Role and function, basically that's exactly it.
All right, so Dantaye, as we've talked about, at 9 years old, we knew that you were different, without question, right? What would you say was different about the way you approached the game and your training and your mindset? What would you say?
Honestly, I would just say, like the way I would approach it. So let's say I've trained for an hour and 15 hour and a half. I would try to just give everything for the hour and a half and then rest after.
Right.
Rather than, I believe some of my peers would like, okay, I'm saving some today and tomorrow I'll give more tomorrow. Like I would just be like, get the work done and then I rest after when it's done. So I think that's the mindset I had at a young age going towards training sessions and everything on the whole. Games I would be, and I mean honestly I enjoy playing football. It's not like, okay, I'm thinking about how much money I can make playing it as a business point. I just genuinely enjoy it. So for me it was like fun to go and do what I do.
At what age would you say, or what stage you felt that being a professional in Europe, possibly at a PSV or one of these big clubs, when did that occur to you that it's possible?
When I saw the likes of Levi Garcia signed to Hazard at 16 or 17. 16.
Yep.
I was like, someone from Trinidad did it, so why can't I do it? That's exactly what I told myself. I was like, when I don't want to be, I mean, it's okay to start at a small club and go up, but if you start at a massive club, it's like, there's a lot of more doors and a lot of more eyes on you. It's way different.
Absolutely. So talk to Dantaye, obviously. So, I mean, Levi spent a lot of time with us preparing in essence to go and begin his career in Holland. Obviously, you were right there with him. So talk about maybe the influence that Levi would have had on you.
Massive one, honestly. I mean, I was there side by side with him. So he would do the drill and then I go after. So like, I would see the pace, the tempo, just the way he's doing it. Like, the same thing, he comes for an hour and a half. He gives everything for the hour and a half. And when he's done, he's dead. So that's like what I would like. That's like, I saw that and I was like, okay, I have to do this too. He is the guy that
the benchmark at the time,
the benchmark at the time was him.
And you would have been what age at that point?
10, 11.
9, 10. In fact, we have footage of you at 10 in a small-sided, because we do a lot of that stuff, as you know, in small-sided scenarios. Levi is 16, a few of the other guys are 14, 15, and you're there at 10 years old, right? And I remember telling people, one or two guys involved in football abroad, that this is happening. And they were like, no, there's no way this is happening. You know what I mean? You had to send us footage. It's unbelievable, right? So I think even then, or at that point, we knew that you were going to be one of the next guys, for sure.